welcome back to my channel. I'm Rachel, the owner and creator here at the Eclectic Cottage in Spokane, Washington. Happy Thursday, everyone. I know it's been a minute since my last video. For today, I pulled 4 little wooden boxes out of my stash and I decided to go with a patriotic theme for them and create 4 patriotic themed planter boxes. So I really love how they turned out. I hope you guys like them too. And without further ado, let's get to today's video. For today's video, I wanted to create some fun patriotic planter boxes using these 4 boxes that I pulled out of my stash. So I'm starting with 2-part casting resin. This is the amazing casting resin, and Redesign with Prima's Soho Haven mold. And I'm just putting that resin into the mold and then letting it dry and pulling that out. And I'm going to be using these medallions on the 2 shorter boxes. To attach my medallions to my boxes, I'm using Gorilla Construction adhesive, and I just put a pretty decent dab on the back of each one, spread it out a little with my finger, and then I'm just really pressing those medallions down onto those boxes to make sure I have good contact between the glue, the casting, and the box. For my 2 larger boxes, I am using Redesign with Prima Decor Poly. This one's called Deco Accent, and I am just using the same construction adhesive to attach those as well. I let my glue dry overnight before I came back in and began the painting process. For my paint, I decided to go with DIY's Cottage Colors, and the reason I picked the Cottage Colors is that they are a very durable paint and they are actually made to withstand some weather. So I figured for planter boxes that could potentially be out in the garden, this was probably one of my best choices. I also love the fact that they have a built-in sealer, so once I'm finished painting, I don't need to do anything else to my boxes. Now this color that I'm starting with is called Anvil. It's a beautiful dark charcoal, almost black color, and I am painting basically a base coat here. I want to do a little bit of distressing later on, and even though my 4 boxes are going to be different colors, I want to distress back to the same color throughout, which is why I am starting off with the Anvil paint on all of them. Now, when I first started painting these boxes, I really thought that painting the inside wouldn't be necessary, but then I got to this box in particular, and it looked like somebody had stored colored pencils in here. So there were colored pencil marks all over, and I decided it would look a lot cleaner and better if I just went ahead and painted the inside as well as the outside of the box. So that's what I did. And once I did that, I ended up making up my mind to go back and paint the inside of the other boxes as well. I did end up having to go back and do a second coat of the Anvil paint on 3 of my boxes. So this is me putting on that second coat of paint, and you can see what a huge difference that makes over that first coat. Once I had a good base coat on all 4 of my boxes and they were completely dry, it was time to move on to my Patriotic paint colors. For my first box, I am going in with DIY's cottage color called White Linen, which is this beautiful, bright, crisp white color. I decided to do 2 of the boxes with white and then 1 red and 1 blue. So the first 2 are getting this white linen color. Over the front medallions, the details, I really didn't worry too much about having perfect coverage. I wanted to do some distressing later on anyway, so it was okay if I had a little bit of that charcoal color poking through. I ended up going over these 2 white boxes with 3 coats of the paint. It went on pretty quickly, and you can see here what a difference just 2 coats of paint makes. I also decided that I really liked that dark charcoal color for the insides of these boxes, so I am not repainting the insides of any of them. For my red color, I am using Barn Quilt, which is another DIY cottage color. And in all honesty, when I first started painting this box, I was a little worried because the color was almost a little bit pink, but it definitely darkens as it dries, and it ended up being a beautiful, dark, rich red color. For my blue box, I'm using the cottage color called Pacific, which is this beautiful, deep royal blue. Once all of my boxes were completely dry, it was time to do some distressing. Now, since the DIY cottage colors have that built-in sealer, they dry pretty hard and wet distressing isn't really an option. So I'm using some 220 grit sandpaper, and I am very lightly going over the medallions on the front of each box and then just over the corners and the edges to bring out a little bit of that gray from underneath. It's a very subtle change, but I think it really highlights some of the detail in these boxes. On this blue box, since it's already such a dark color, you really couldn't see the gray coming from underneath, so I didn't do a ton of distressing on that one. But I ended up really liking the contrast between the charcoal color underneath and this beautiful red color. Now, normally this is the point in a project where I would pull out one of my colored waxes and go over the detail with that to really bring it out. However, Wax isn't really recommended for use outside, especially in the summer, because it can become kind of tacky in the summer sun, and then it gets all dirty and yucky and gross, and you don't want that. So instead of wax, I am using DIY's liquid patina. This one's called Dark and Decrepit, and I'm using a touch of water with it to thin it out just a little bit, and I'm just painting a very thin coat over my paint and that medallion, and then I am very carefully wiping it back with a dry shop towel. And you can see here it leaves just a touch of beautiful patina behind, almost like the waxes. For the two darker colored boxes, this red one and the blue one, I didn't water the Dark and Decrepit liquid patina down at all. I'm just putting it on full strength, and I absolutely love the way that it kind of richens the paint up and adds just a touch of an antique feel. I do have to apologize here as well. I don't know what was going on with my camera and why it kept going in and out of focus, so I'm sorry about that. For a fun little final touch, I decided to add some knobs to the front of all of my boxes. So I just drilled down through the wood in the center of my medallions and then added those knobs to each of my boxes. The final step for my Patriotic planter box project is to drill some holes in the bottom of each box for drainage. That way, if the owner chooses to plant directly in the box, the water will have somewhere to go. This was definitely a fun little project. I love the way that these planter boxes came together. I think they will make such a cute addition to somebody's patriotic porch display or out on a patio or even out in the garden. And I really hope you guys like them as much as I do. from here for today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed my patriotic planter boxes, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up. I so appreciate that. And if you haven't already, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and then just hit the little notification bell so you don't miss anything. And then, of course, don't forget to drop a comment below and let me know what you thought of my box project for today. Just a quick reminder, the paint and products you see me use can be purchased through me at my website, and that's www.theeclecticcottagespokane.com. I carry DIY paint and products as well as Sweet Pickins milk paint and products, along with some Recycled Treasures decoupage papers and, of course, some Redesign with Prima. And their new release is beautiful and it is coming soon, so stay tuned. Anyway, for Sunday's video, I am probably going to put a thrift haul together for you for that. So stay tuned for that. I hope you can join me back here then. Until then, have a fantastic rest of your week and beginning of the weekend, and I'll see you Sunday. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. Bye.